Here's a translation of this verse. A sadhak who has greed for Raganuga Bhakti should serve Sri Krishna both in the sadhaka roop and in the siddha roop, in accordance with the bhav of the eternal residents of Braja, who possess the same mood for which he aspires. The sadhak roop, it refers to the physical body in which one is presently situated, and the siddha roop refers to the internally contemplated spiritual form that is suitable to serve Krishna according to one's cherished desire. In the siddha deha, the perfected internal spiritual body, in that siddha deha, one should offer mental services to Sri Krishna under the guidance of Sri Radha, of Lalita, of Vishaka, of Rupa Manjari, of Rati Manjari, and others. That's in the siddha deha, in the siddha rupa. But in the sadhak rupa, one's physical body, then one should render physical service under the guidance of Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, and others. So, Sri Rupa Goswami, he has determined the nature of Uttama Bhakti in the very beginning of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in his verse, which is in chapter 1, section 1, verse 11. Or section 1, chapter 1, verse 11. And what is that famous verse that Rupa Goswami is telling? He is determining what is the nature of Uttama Bhakti. What is that verse? Anya Vilashita Shunyam. If you know this, you chant it with me. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttamaha. Can you tell? Shilanam Bhaktir Uttamaha. You know? You know the shloka? Don't read it. You don't know. No. You haven't memorized it, right? That means you don't know it. No. But she can't tell. You know? Znaешь? Anya Vilashita Shunyam. Tell. Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. Anavritam. Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. Okay, good. You know? You know the verse? Tell. Continue. Karma. Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. Anukulyena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttam. Okay. So, Gurudev at the end of his commentary here, actually it's not the end, there's a bit more. As you can see, I'm going very, what is the word? Like when you're walking with very careful footsteps.
Studiously.
What?
Studiously.
Yeah, studiously. I'm going in that way because I want it to sink in. This is how I read. When I read for myself, this is how I read. This is how I do it. I look at each and every sentence. I try to think, and then I go back to the beginning again, and I drive it home in my mind that I've understood each and every sentence and the meaning of each and every sentence. Then I go to the next sentence. I don't do that. I don't just read. No, only if I've understood what I read, then I go forward. And if I haven't understood it, that means that my mind became distracted. I haven't actually read it. My mind became distracted. So now here's the translation to our wonderful, most important of all verses that our Gurudev repeated every single time that he had a festival. And here's the translation: the cultivation of activities that are meant exclusively for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, right? Exclusively for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, or in other words, the uninterrupted flow of service to Sri Krishna that is performed through all endeavors of the body, the mind, and speech, and through the expression of various spiritual sentiments, bhavs, which is not covered by jnana, knowledge aimed at impersonal liberation, and karma, reward-seeking activity, and which is devoid of all desires other than the aspiration to bring happiness to Sri Krishna. It is called Uttama Bhakti, pure devotional service. So, Gurudev is quoting this verse, and he is quoting Raghunath Das Goswami, who is telling, give up spurious desire, give up fruitive activity, and give up the cultivation of impersonal knowledge, and serve Krishna favorably. So how is this favorable? Prachura seva performed. How is this favorable prachura seva performed? Shri Raghunath Das Goswami prayed at the feet of Shri Sanatana Goswami, and he told how it's performed. He says, Vairagya Yug Bhakti Rasam Prayatnair Apayayan Mam Anabipsamantam Kripam Budhirya Paradukka Dukki Sanatanam Tam Prabhumashrayami. This is the prayer of Raghunath Das Goswami to the feet of who? Srila Sanatana Goswami. He's saying that Srila Sanatana Goswami, he is an ocean of mercy. Kripam Budhir. And why is he an ocean of mercy? Paradukka Dukki. That he is always grieving for the distress and the suffering of others. Sanatana Goswami is grieving for the suffering of others. And then Raghunath Das Goswami said, that personality, although I was blinded by ignorance, Anabipsamandham. Yes, I was blinded by ignorance, and I was unwilling to do so. He induced me with great diligence to drink the nectarine liquid mellows of devotion, which are endowed with renunciation. Vairagya Yug Bhakti Rasam Prayatna. Yes, he has induced me to drink with great diligence the nectarine liquid mellows of devotion, which are endowed with renunciation. I take shelter. Sanatanam tam prabhum ashrayami. I take shelter of that Sanatana Goswami Prabhu as my instructing spiritual master. So Sanatana Goswami instructed him to do what? To serve Sri Radha Krishna. That's what he instructed him to do. And the aim of our bhajan should also be to serve them. Sanatana Goswami is very merciful. What Sanatana Goswami has given in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, that is the desire to follow Gopakumar and to follow Narada. That's what Sanatana Goswami has given in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, this very voluminous literature that he wrote, to follow Gopakumar and Narada. So, Vaidhi Bhakti starts from Shraddha, from faith, and it progresses slowly up to Ruchi, to taste. Shraddha in Raganuga Bhakti, though, it is different. It generally starts from the stage of asakti, from the stage of deep attachment. And due to the presence of greed, it progresses very quickly. So if we are to accept the statement that one should not read the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, then we should not study Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. We should not study the books of our Goswamis. We should not study Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and so on. Why? Because they are imbued with the same topics. We should not hear the dialogue between Ramananda Roy and Mahaprabhu. Even the very first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Satyam Param Dhimahi, is full of Radha Prem, so we should not read this either. And in the third verse, Srimad Bhagavatam is describing Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literature. And what is in this verse? The entire 10th canto and all the other pastimes exist within this verse in coded form. So therefore, we should also be restricted from studying this. So then, what is left? Then what is left? So when Maharaj Parikshit asked Sukadeva Goswami, Krishna is Bhagavan himself. This is the question that Maharaj Parikshit asked to Sukadeva Goswami. That Krishna is Bhagavan himself. So why did he break the religious principles? And why did he perform the rasa dance with the wives of others? This is not proper. Then Sukadeva Goswami replied, if one cannot obtain Bhagavan by considered the audience to be ineligible to hear them. Therefore, our acharyas have described all these in Krishna Bhavanamrita by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in Govinda Lilamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, thinking that unauthorized persons would not read them. But if one has a little taste, he will surely read them. Yes. So, we're going to complete our discussion today, and we'll continue in our next class on Thursday, and we will definitely finish this second verse of Sri Manasiksha. So much nectar. So much nectar. So, I want to read more, but now it's time to finish. Any questions or comments? Sometimes Prabhupada would say, if there are no questions and comments, then that means that what?
Everyone agrees.
Yes, but everyone has understood also.
It's not going to involve quite a long answer. So the verse, often goes from that slowly, why it's authorized also to read these intimate activities of Krishna.
But there is, in that verse, there is a criterion. There is a necessary qualification of the person hearing. And what is that?
You hear with Shraddha, deep faith, and from a person who is pure.
Shraddhanvitam anushrunuyat atavarnayetya. And he also can repeat that. Then what will happen? Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhyakam. Then parabhakti will come in the heart from that. Not, the Gurudev always stresses that not that one's anarthas will go first, they'll go and then parabhakti comes. No. Parabhakti comes first for such a person and the anarthas flee away because of parabhakti. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kama hrid roga ashu apahinoti achirena dhira. Here the person is called dhira, sober. If someone doesn't follow Upadeshamrita, they ain't dhira. If they cannot follow Upadeshamrita, they are not dhira. So there's a lot of qualifications given here in this verse. But Gurudev, he took the risk. He said, I am taking risk. And he told. But how did he tell it? Very special, concealed way he told it. He did not divulge all of the intimate details of Radha and Krishna's middle of the night in the Nikunja. He never talked about that. Never. But what he mostly talked about was the moods of separation. And separation is the key. Even in Prabhupada's Krishna book, again and again and again. Because he told the whole 10th canto in the Krishna book. And he explained how the moods of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is in separation mood, in Vipralamba mood. And that is very helpful and very beneficial to the sadhaks, to develop the mood of separation. So what was the... All right, so we'll finish here. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Shri Manasiksha ki jai. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami Pada ki jai. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Raj, you can do.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita
The microphone. Or Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Govinda Govinda Hare 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 Govinda Govinda Hare 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 Govinda Govinda Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Gaura Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Parampara, Guru Krishna Bhakti Pradine Sacharataya Vanchapapadruvischa Kripasade Patitanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shipad Mukade Prabhu Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Release